And we lie, god damn it. God damn it. I tell you what. Let's see how it working on out here. Nigga about like 20 minutes behind. I don't know. But we lie. So we finna get this shit popping. As we always do. Occult Sunday service. Where we stand on principle. We stand on purpose. And that's our standard operating procedure. Tonight, we got a fire ass chapter. Something fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. Something fire. From the Swami Vivekananda's Gyan Yoga. Right? Some fire shit. When I say fire, I mean some fire shit. This chapter is titled See God in Everything. You know, I switched up the title tonight. You see what I'm saying? See if it attracts more motherfuckers. Maybe so, maybe not. But this shit is only who this shit is for. We can't force this shit down nobody's throat. We ain't on no missionary. We ain't going around shoving shit down everybody's throat. Hey, you need to know this, you need to know this. If it find it, if it catches you, if you like the vibe over here in this area, then it works for you. But this is occult Sunday service, right? Hold up. I forgot to put live on goddamn YouTube. I mean, Instagram. Sometimes I don't even know why the fuck I'm still going live on Instagram. Because people get over there and sit and try to watch it from over there. Like, no, nigga, bring your. That's only the bait. Bring your ass from IG on over here to YouTube where we push Cosmic P. Got a lot of monitoring spirits. If you on IG, bring your ass over to YT. YouTube. Let me put that in the chat. Now it look like the shit ain't even showing on Instagram. Let's see. You wanna see how that shit working on Instagram? Could be my damn computer though. I don't know. Oh yeah, it is showing on YouTube. Alright. I mean IG. IG. Hold up, y'all. Oh, can't have that on there. Get some copyright shit coming up. Hold up, y'all. Oh, there you go. Alright. We finna get this shit popping, man. Hope everybody been having a good week. Prospering over the motherfucking pain, cause ain't no obstacles, only opportunities. Opportunities for you to prosper over the pain. And I gotta keep saying that, gotta reiterating that. And tonight we gonna get it into that. It's not just some cool shit to say. to keep you suffering. This is some shit we mean. This is a principle. And it's all depicted about, or it's all understood, and it can all be stood upon based off the way that you perceive your reality. That's why tonight this chapter is called God in Everything. We see God in everything. If you seeing God in everything, that changes your perception of how you interact with the world. That's why I keep telling you, or keep asking you to ask yourself: Is Maya, is the illusion, is the matrix your enemy? Ask yourself that. You can sit here and call yourself God all you want to. This goes for me as well. This is the question that I asked to myself. You can sit here and call yourself God and all that shit all the fuck you want to. But are you looking at the illusion? Are you looking at this manifest reality as your enemy? That makes a lot of difference of how you interact with this motherfucker. That makes a lot of difference in how you manifest whatever you're trying to manifest. That makes a lot of difference in the mental impression that you take with you after this life, after this cycle. That makes all the difference, is what I'm trying to tell you. This shit ain't no gimmick. This shit ain't no cutesy shit. You know what I'm saying? What the helly? This shit ain't none of that cool, entertaining shit that I'm gonna give you a little bit of entertainment, you know? Give you a little bit of entertainment, but not too much. Because we gotta focus on the principles. How do you see your reality? How do you perceive reality? Is it working with you or against you? Nobody can make that shit up for you. I seen some shit that's been going viral by this guy, right? He came in and I'm peeping because I like psychology and I'm studying marketing, right? Just paying attention. This guy is real slick with the way that he markets his shit. Now, I probably wouldn't go his route, but knowing the way that he came in, but he came in on some very like ignorant type shit, what we would call ignorant as far as how a person acts, but he's not. He acts like that as a front to get people to pay attention. Almost like on some Charleston White shit, you know what I'm saying? Which neither of these gentlemen am I judging. I'm saying my perception of the way that they come. You know what I'm saying? And pushing like basically it's an enemy. We got 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 an enemy. This enemy shit, right? Now you know we ain't pushing that over here. We don't push that type of P over here. We're not pushing fear in enemies. It's not that we're ignorant. It's not that we delusional. It's the way that we perceive Maya and going towards moksha or freedom. There's a story about one of these dudes who was in I don't know, it was the Vietnam or one of them damn wars, or one of them world wars, and when they went into the war, right? Take the best, lead the rest. Say that. That's what I'm talking about, Titan. That's what I'm talking about. It was this guy this Asian guy in Japan or wherever it was, or Vietnam, and the war had been over for like 20 years. This nigga still in the jungle with his gun, holding his post, looking to try to kill the enemy. They bring his family out there. His family try to come out there and get him. Like, hey, the war's over. We already this, or we already won or lost, or whatever it is. He's like, no, I ain't coming out. Like the enemy, I think the enemy put y'all up against it. He's still at war in his mind. They sent some old soldiers out there. Hey, bro, the war over. Woot, 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 woot. Nah, the enemy had to put y'all up to it. They couldn't get nobody to get him out of there. Kids and all that. You couldn't get nobody to get him out of there. Only thing they could do to get this man out of the mental state of his mind was to go in and what his mind is constructed up under, right? It's a sergeant, lieutenant, general. They had to go get whichever one's the top dog. They had to go get the top dog, put him in his suit and armor, and tell him that the war is over. That was the only way to get him out of the mind state that he's in a war. What is that general? We getting into that today. What's that general that pulls you out of that? I got all these enemies and all this spiritual warfare is going on. We finna tap into some big general shit. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. I don't know why, because I should be sitting front and center. We finna tap in some of that big general shit. Cause you niggas wanna still be in a war. Peace, SOP, sunshine chick. You niggas still wanna be in a war. So you just like that man who never knew Vietnam was over. He still got it stuck in his hand. His family trying to come tell him the war is over. Other soldiers try to come tell him the war is over. His kids try to come tell the war is over. Until they broke down the psychological level of framework his mind is set under, and went and got the big general, and the general had to come, whichever one's the head one of your platoon in the army. I'm not sure about all that. They could never get him out of there until that big general came to him like, "Hey, the war is over. You can lay down your arms. You can put your arms down. See what I'm saying? You can go back to the world." Then that's just the first level, right? Because that's just the first level. First, you get that mindset of breaking down, like, "Oh, the war is over." But then now you have to adapt back into the world. That's what we're gonna get into tonight. Who's that big general? You the big general around this motherfucker, gang. You the big general. And I'm not talking about you as in, oh, no way, pop. No, no. I'm not talking about you as in whatever you call yourself. Not that you. That's the little you. You got to learn how to integrate that little self with the big self, with the big general. And it ain't easy. Because I come from the land of conspiracy theories and white people doing this, and that other group of people who really run the world doing this, the evil archons doing this, the demiurge doing this. Oh, that group of people don't got no soul. That's why they doing this and they doing that. We moving beyond that around this motherfucker. At least that's what the P that I'm pushing. That's all I can tell you. At least that's the P that I'm pushing. That's all I can tell you. Hold up. Now let's get this slideshow popping. So we like to go over the notes from the night before. And if you're watching this on the replay, you're watching it now. We got the link pinned in the comments to join the email list. I'm getting more formulated with my email list. Shout out to my boy Benji. Benji hit me up, and we're gonna do some, some touching up on the email list. All right. So, damn, I'm gonna have to make this big, so I ain't gonna be able to read. I read the comments on my phone. So we finna run through Maya, right? And I still got shit. Can't have that playing. And I still got this what we call it, this other live stream coming up, y'all. So don't even worry. I got this other live stream coming up that's gonna be presenting something real big that I ain't heard no occultists talk about. And I'm going back to our teachers. Panic and all, right? Well, actually, they did talk about it, but I found some new developing research upon it. So the chapter overview. Let's just go through the overview, right? The overview. This chapter explores the concept of Maya, commonly understood as the illusion that pervades our daily experience, right? So we typically looking at Maya as the illusion. It may not be the correct way to look at it. Now, you're right. You can look at it in any fucking way that you want to. That's why I got that video said everybody's right. Everybody's right if you understand the construct of Maya. Everybody's right if you understand the construct of the mind, what makes shit real. Then we talk about experiences. Experience creates thoughts, and those thoughts, those mental impressions, they last long enough, they create beliefs. That's why you can't tell a motherfucker who believe in Jesus that Jesus ain't real. They not hearing that. That's why you can't tell a motherfucker who believe in Allah that Allah ain't real. They not hearing that it's real to them. And you can move through this world way easier when you understand it. And understood as the illusion that pervades our reality and its relationship with the idea of freedom. The discussion unfolds by presenting life as an arena of continuous struggle and conflict. Ain't that one of the four principles of Buddha? One of the four truths of Buddha. Everything struggles here. Everything is in conflict here. That's the first step you got to get through the path of enlightenment. That's the 30-second path. Speaking of the 30-second path, I have a video. I ran across a couple people, sent it to J by Hell Curve. And I sent it over to Trav. I got a for those who are tapped into the tree of life, the 30-second path. See, when I was doing, where's that? when I was doing the shining paths, right? When I was doing the shine path, when I was doing the path workings, it was I was going back and forth reading the text and then trying to go into the visualization. Even though you visualizing while you're reading, it was like hard. I want to do it more instead of reading and trying to do the path working. So now I created a video for you to be able to do your guided path work, your guided meditation as far as the tree of life goes. For those, who big steppers in this shit. You see what I'm saying? So I done it plenty of times just by reading and it got results. Me and Curve were having that conversation. He got a result. I sent this to Curve. Curve then had a real breakthrough after doing this 30-second path walkthrough. I know he ain't on social media, YouTube right now. He really in grind mode right now, but he'll be here to testify that doing that path working, that 30-second path working, broke some barriers for him, bro. Curve been having a lot of breakthroughs, so I will be posting that onto my channel probably this week coming up. If not, of course you'll know because y'all follow me. So especially you follow me on Instagram, IG, and I mean all the socials, motherfucker. That's where you will find it. You will know when it comes out. But I was going somewhere with that, but fuck it. The discussion unfolds by presenting life as an arena of continuous struggle and conflict, where individuals experience a sense of bondage, even as they pursue fleeting pleasures and ideas. So no matter what, hold up, Titan. I'm gonna read your what's name. I see it on the phone. So no matter what, chasing sense objects is ultimately gonna result in some damage being done to some type of struggle. It doesn't matter if you sitting up in the fucking mountains meditating and doing nothing. Body goes through suffering. Body goes through breakdowns. It doesn't matter what the fuck you doing. That's the nature of this place. Because things break down and get reused again. Down here. That's the nature of Prakriti. Now that's a dualist system, right? If we want to go into the Samkhya shit, that's a dualist system. What we get into here, this is what I'm saying. Like my next presentation is definitely going to kind of be, I don't want to say advanced to make it seem like, oh, this is advanced and that's that lower shit. Like, no, but it's an advancement within the mind and within your level of understanding of what I'm going to do. So I'm trying to bring it in a way that everybody can at least be able to grasp something of it. I want to leave a mental impression on you because there are dualist systems and then there are non-dual systems. Now, remember, I'm going to take you back, walk you back. Remember, if we go back through the tree of life, right? Since we've been reading the mystical Kabbalah with Trav again, right? Remember how she said once you start trying to get up in here to try the supernal triangle, what did he say? What did she say? It gets too simplistic. The human mind can't conceive. The human mind, the intellect of the human cannot conceive it. That's why it's so elusive. That's why it's so abstract. It's so simple once you get up here to some Kether shit. It's so simple once you get back here and get to prayer potential energy. Y'all know what we in a cult called potential energy. One name is Aang Sof, Aang So Far. Aang Sof, and Aang So Far. Right? Where the fuck was I going with that? Who the fuck remembers? But let's see. Central to this narrative is the recognition that although our actions seem free, we remain deeply confined by the limitations of nature, time, and our own perceptions. We remain deeply confined by the limitations of our nature, time, and our own perceptions. It don't matter. You still gonna be limited down here. That's the nature of Maya. Maya is a limiting force. It limits your activating force, it limits your knowing force, and it limits your willing force. Maya is the nature of limiting. Maya is like a fucking prism, right? What we are is this pure light shining through a prism. And just like when you look at the prism, it might let off a red ray, a light, a green ray. You heard about the green ray, right? What we read with, hey, What we read over here in the Kabbalah. Mr. Kabbalah over there with Trail. We read about these different rays of light. Maya projects these different rays of light, even though Maya is an aspect of this thing that I'm talking about. I can't wait to bring this presentation, y'all. The shit gonna be dope. But this ray of light is still this same fucking light right here. It's this fucking light. That's the light. But the crystal or the prism that it shines through gives off different lights. And guess what? Everybody's talking about the light. Everybody just has a different description of what the fuck the light is. So you come over here and you see a green light, you're right. I see a red light, I'm right. It's still the light. So at some point we go beyond looking at the color, arguing about the colors of light. That's what religions do. That's what these ego-filled occultists, spiritualists, Ephi, Christian, Catholic, Muslim, whatever the fuck you want to call it, even in this Eastern Indian shit. The debates that they had over the 1,000 years, you got to understand. That's what they're doing. People are arguing about the color of the fucking light. That's why I say everybody's right. It's just the human ego that's the fucking problem. And a problem is it's this concept that we call Maya, this concept that we call the Matrix, this concept that we call the fucking illusion, bro. That what niggas not getting. When I say niggas, that don't just mean you, that means all of us, including self. We got to look beyond that illusion. Because that illusion gives us a dual system, a triple, quadruple system. It creates the illusion of separation. You under the illusion that you separated. Let's see the chat. Trav, peace, my motherfucking dog. Peace, bro. Appreciate you for stopping through. Besides the SOP. What the helly? Shout out to you, gang. Titan says, indeed, I'm vibing off the love frequency. I'm not talking about the mundane human love. I ain't got no beef with nothing, bro. For real. I have no enemies, humans, nor anything else. Keeping my heart light. That's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. See, you get more interactions and people come in when you get to talking about, oh, it's this enemy, this and that, and this person, this and these group of people doing that. And you know, hey, that's a good thing. You know, we learn that in certain marketing techniques to confirm that. I'm not gonna do that for you. I'm not gonna do that for you. I'm gonna tell you, your Lord and Savior, and can't none of it can't shit out here fuck with you, shout it. Can't shit out here fuck with you, shout it. All right. So this right here is our PDF. So if you sign up to the email list, you get a weekly PDF after every chapter we read. You get a PDF, and the one I got for y'all tonight is gonna be fire. Like this is my favorite chapter in this book tonight. God and every fucking thing. And this is like me and Trav had a good conversation about this, about the breakthroughs I've been having. So like I can't wait to really bring this presentation to you because it helps when you do a presentation style for it to be taught and understood, right? But like this is some of the most fire shit. And I made all the connections that I have to ponder up or that I could fester up from all this occult shit and every religion, bro. Like, it's it. So, you know, as every Sunday we come through and go through a little bit of our um study guide. We just go over a little bit. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Which one do I want to read? Let's see this one. The inevitability of time and destruction, cosmic decay. All right, so the last chapter discussed how every aspect of the universe is transient, moving inexorably, inexorably. Y'all know I can't pronounce words, bro. Toward dissolution. It was moving fast towards dissolution. Efforts to achieve lasting oblivion through sense pleasures are therefore futile because ultimately this motherfucker is rushing to a destruction, but not a remember when we go back to Bina, when we talk about destruction, when we talk about the breaking down of something, It breaks down to rebuild something else. Catabolic and metabolic, right? Catabolic and metabolic. It never really dies. Never really goes nowhere. So you can use the representation of Vishnu. You can use the representation of Brahma, the breath of Brahma. So it's never really going anywhere, but that's not our ultimate reality. That is the reality, the nature of nature reality, Prakriti, right? Okay. And I'm holding back words because I don't want to, because I get to spilling into that presentation that I'm gonna bring. The cycle of creation and destruction. So obviously, right? So we go through the yugas, the Kali Yuga, the what's the rest of the fucking yugas. I don't want to fuck up the words. So we go through all these yugas. You see what I'm saying? And in different yugas, different shit pop off. And that's what I'm noticing about this yuga. Like, what the fuck is up with this yuga? Like, I was talking to Trevor one day, and I think we was talking about like, bro, like, hold up, like, cause he brought up the idea one time on the live last year, right? When he was featuring us on his live, he brought up like, I think I asked the question like, what's up with these animals, right? Like, what's up with these deers? These deers are way bigger than dogs, cats, and birds. But dogs, cats, and birds got the sense to get the fuck out the road when a deer comes through. I mean, when a car comes through. Sometimes they do get caught, but not more than deers. Deers freeze up, and it's like they don't know what the fuck to do. Like, what is it? And he was breaking. He gave the example of like where it's the ones that live in close proximity with humans and how they evolve. So now I got the idea like, well, damn. Now we thinking about what's evolving. Think about because now, especially we get to a deeper understanding of reincarnation, right? And that all is one particular source, right? So it's the God and everything is what we're getting into. That's the chapter tonight. God and everything. So God, this same soul exists inside of the dogs, inside of the plants, inside of the cats, the birds, and the deers. What is it that's different? Because now when we look around the world, the population is decreasing with all these animals. Where do you fuck do you think they go? Why the fuck do you think all these animals go? This is part of the cycle. Yes, we can say, oh, it's the humans and building, what's the name? That's a level, right? That's a level of understanding. Yes, it's human building up real estate and building concrete jungles everywhere and killing off this. Maybe that is so. But what if that's part of the play to get these animals to hop into fucking human bodies? Think about how many people live amongst the animal nature. Do y'all know there's a study that just came out? Um, Damn, I should post it on my story. It's a study that just came out that says they've been lying about like this is done at a certified top level college in like Norway or something. That the population is actually twice what they telling us. At the very minimum, it's twice of what they telling us. They telling us it's 8 billion. It's probably 16 billion people on this planet, bro. There's probably 16 billion people on this fucking planet. Let that sink in. Motherfuckers, remember we've been talking about like the barrier of entry has been lowered. It still don't mean the work can't get put don't gotta get put in and that is just super easy. But the barrier of entry it has been lowered to this information. Look at how quick it is to get this information. You can read a chapter with me tonight and have a whole study guide with you tonight. People had to travel around the world to get this information. That don't mean that it's so simplified. It's just easier to get into contact with. So now these, I don't want to say lower level, but these certain elemental spirits are now able to hop into human bodies at an easier rate than it was before. You probably had to go through way more shit. Now the veil has been lifted. The veil of Isis has been lifted. What you say? 8 billion is mind boggling, but 16 is absolutely shattering. Yes, bro. I got to screenshot it on my what's the name. I would screen share just to pull it up, but my internet been acting a little weird. I get the screen sharing with StreamYard and they get to acting funky on my ass. But yeah, they did a study and said, nah, it's at least twice. Like that is not a real factor. That is 8 billion people on this planet. It's way more than that. I believe it, especially putting it into that aspect. These bodies hopping straight from these souls of these spirits hopping straight from an animalistic body, and look at the way that the nature is down here. Pure instinct, right? That's what we going through down here. Y'all just see me snap on my goddamn store. You ain't talking about what a man and a woman is supposed. You talking about providing and protecting, and the woman supposed to cook and clean. Like what the fuck, bro? That's the most basic animalistic shit. And I'm saying that. Obviously, let everybody else talk about that. Talk about that. But I'm talking about you got so-called some advanced spiritual people talking about that shit. Like that has nothing to do with the real nature of who you are. That has nothing to do with it. Right here, freedom and bondage is a paradox. So we get into a lot of contradictions. We get into a lot of fucking contradictions. Once that's what Maya is. It's a fucking contradiction. It's a system of contradictions. What did Vivekananda say? It's a statement of facts. The matrix, the illusion is a statement of facts. So when we go back to the light, through the prism aspect, that light is green and it has a curvature at it. This light is red and it goes straight. And this light is pink and it's more like a wave. Statement of facts. But everybody gonna sit here and say, no, the light, the only light that's the real light is the light that's green and curved. The only light that's the real light is the one of wave. The only light is the real light that's the red one. It's like, what the fuck? That's a statement of facts. Like everybody's right. But there's an ultimate understanding of this. It says contradictory experience of freedom. Although individuals feel they are free in their choices, they also are bound by the restrictions of the physical and mental existence. You are still bound by that. And there's only one way to get through that. And we're going to get through that tonight's chapter. Illustrative anecdote. The story of Narada and Krishna exemplifies how worldly attractions and distractions can lead even a devout individual stray from their true purpose. Remember Narada and Krishna? Narada asked Krishna, like, hey, like, what's the Maya? What's the illusion? Like, tell me about that. Tell me about this. He's like, okay, I'll tell you. Go get me a cup of water. Narada left and went to go get a cup of water, go fetch a pail of water, and he saw this beautiful woman and fell in love right in there, right then and there. Next thing you know, he met his wife. I mean, he met her family and fell in love with her. Now he didn't fuck around. He supposed to be going to get his Lord, his higher self, Krishna, right? He supposed to be going to get Krishna some damn water. He didn't forgot about all that. Seeing this beautiful woman, went and had a baby, went and had a child, went and had family, got married, and then a flood come through, and boom, boom, long story short, he lose his whole family. Boom, then he wake up. He was like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? Krishna was like, that's Maya. And just left it at that. Just left it at that. That's Maya. That's Maya. And it's not to say like, oh, don't get a family because you are conscious, or that's the wrong word to be using. Now that you are on your journey of self-realization, that's not what it's talking about. What it's saying is all of that is a limitation from really understanding who you truly are. This whole existence is. This whole existence is. This whole existence places a limitation. There's a way to see through that, and it's not through the fucking intellect. All right. Um. Okay, let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Okay. No, let's do this one. Limitations of the intellect. Let's get out the way. Move. The quest, let's see, limitations of the intellect, the quest for universal understanding. Our intellectual endeavors to unravel the mysteries of the universe are constantly thwarted by the limits imposed by time, space, and causality, all operating within the realm of Maya. Let's read that again. Our intellectual endeavors to unravel the mysteries of the universe. All right. Remember what Dion even said, right? What Trav say? I know some dudes that would make the same choice. So even understand, so like we understand like everything here is what I and this I'll get into in more detail because I found a scientific breakthrough that they had recently in quantum mechanics and quantum physics, right? And all they're trying to make everything quantifiable. Everything quantifiable. Everything can't be quantified. You probably can quantify a lot of things with the mind. Because remember what they say, all is mind, the universe is mental. The all is mind, the universe is mental. There's something beyond that, my niggas. And I found it. And you found it too. You just been ignoring it. Okay, then we got the boundaries of rationality. In that section, it emphasizes that the most rigorous analysis of life complexities is ultimately constrained by the illusionary nature of our perceptions. You are locked in by your own perception, by the way that you view things. That's what we're talking about. There being enemies in a spiritual warfare. What fucking enemies? The ones that you made, the thought forms that you took from your people and adapted it to your perception, to your persona, to who you are and how you live and why you walk through the reality. Yes, I know it's hard, my nigga, but it can be done. That cycle can be broken. That's why when I talked about in a what's the name, like, hey, listen, what was I gonna say? It's not generational curses. It's generational thought forms. It's thought forms, bro. It's all about the mind to get to the next level. Yes, I understand we got a body and we need to do shit with our body. All right, cool. That's a low level of thinking. But it's something that you need to use to get to that ultimate higher level of understanding, of realization. It's through the mind only. It's through the mind only, bro. All right, let's see. Now, what it's time to do is come out this full screen. It's really time to go and hop into this chapter. We're an hour and a half already. We post already been in. So I said I know some dudes that would make the same choice. Especially if I know it's my the illusion, I might make that choice too. God damn it. I'm finna go goddamn get married and have some kids, but for the purpose of the story, nigga lost everything, bro. Okay, now I can see the chat, y'all. Come on, man. Now my phone don't want to do the Wi-Fi. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I'm gonna turn the Wi-Fi off. Oh, then turn it back on. All right, y'all. We forget shit popping. Hopefully y'all week been good, bro. Hopefully y'all come through and have a great week this week that's coming up. God, let me turn this down. God damn it. All right. Let's get this up off of here. And let's get this on up here. Let's get this on up here. Now I need y'all to let me know how clear this is showing to y'all on y'all end. Well, it ain't showing shit. It's that technology shit, bro. How is that showing on y'all end? Because on my end, it looks small as hell. What the hell is that? Somebody drop it in the chat. How does that look on the screen, y'all? Is it readable? Can y'all see it? I can't see it. I cannot see it. Somebody let me know something now. What the fuck? It's small, definitely small as hell. What the fuck going on? What the fuck? Travis Harris said pretty small. Okay. Yeah, okay, let me see if that worked. See, look, here, even it being the main screen, that shit looks small as hell. Select to make it main. Yeah. Like the setup been working perfectly. I don't know what the fuck this is. Oh, you niggas see me up close. Then it disappeared. Boom. I guess we're gonna have to do that. How they look, y'all? How they look? Drop some in the comment. How they look? Hold up. All right, we good. Bet. I ain't got my highlighters. There we go. I got it now. So audio good. Audio check. Audio check. 1 2 3. Audio check. 1 2 3. Make sure the audio going good. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. This is my favorite chapter in this book. Can't lie to y'all. You'll quickly see why. All right, I'm going to assume the audio is doing pretty good. While I drink my blackberry, pineapple, strawberry tea. All right, Hasaja, the beautiful Hasaja has told me we good. All right, that looks pretty clear. All right, we. So this was delivered 1896 in October 27th. Right, couple days before Halloween. Nickel, nickel. It's gonna get scary. We are aware that the greater portion of our life must of necessity be filled with evil. However, we may resist it, and that this mass of evil is practically infinite for us. We have been struggling to remedy this since the beginning of time. Yet everything remains very much the same. The more we discover remedies, the more we find ourselves beset by subtler evils. You hear that? The more we discover remedies, the more we find ourselves beset by subtler evils. We have also seen that all religions propose a God as the one way of escaping these difficulties. Check out what he's finna say. Don Tree, peace, peace. SOP, knuckle. SOP, knuckle. The more we discover the remedies, the more we find ourselves beset by subtle evils. We have also seen that all religions a God propose a God as the one way of escaping these difficulties. All religions tell us that if we take the world as it is, as most practical people will advise us to do in this age, then nothing will be left to us but evil. They further assert that there is something beyond this world, this life of the five senses. Life in the material world is not all, it is only a small portion and merely superficial. Beyond it, behind and beyond is the infinite. That's what I want to highlight. Beyond, I mean behind. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Behind and beyond is the infinite, in which there is no evil. Some people call it God, some Allah, some Jehovah, some Jove, and so on. The Vedantists call it Brahman. It don't matter. If this is your first time hearing this terminology, you will get the study guide tonight. Is already done. If you ain't signed up for the study guide, for the email list, please sign up for the email list. It is pinned in the motherfucking chat. I've been getting a lot of people that been hitting me up. I was gonna be like, okay, it depends on the people gonna be fucking with the study guide, actually using it, and people have actually been using it. So I see this a great addition to what we've been doing here. It won't be just got some old shit coming with the email list. So you sign up, you're gonna get some exclusive shit in the future. Can't tell you yet, nickel. The first impression we get of the advice given by religion is that we had better terminate our existence. To the question as to how to cure the evil of life, hold on, my bad, I read this slow. To the question as to how to cure the evils of life, the answer is apparent. The answer apparently is give up life. Hmm. So should you just give up? Should you just take one to the dome? It reminds one of an old story. A mosquito settled on the head of a man, and a friend, wishing to kill the mosquito, gave it such a blow that he killed both the man and the mosquito. Threw the baby out with the bathwater. That's what that sound like, don't it? All right, let's go. It's always when we get to these pages that shit don't show perfect. I knew it. It's always these pages on this second page, on that type page. Hold up. Let's see how they look. Should I bring it down some more? Is it shit froze? Guess it ain't. Oh, it's my screen that look like that. Ain't shit I can do about it. It looked like it looked decent on y'all screen though. All right. The remedy for evil seems to suggest a similar course of action. Life is indeed full of ills. The world is full of evil. That is a fact. That is a fact. No one who is old enough to know the word can deny. But what is the remedy? What is the remedy proposed by all the religions? That this world is nothing. Beyond this world is something which is very real. Here comes the difficulty. The remedy seems to destroy everything. How can that be a remedy? Is there no way out then? All right. Vedanta says that what all the religions declare is perfectly true, but it should be properly understood. Often it is misunderstood because the religions are not very clear in their meanings. That's the problem that you have with religion. That's the problem that people have with religion. It's not clear. That's why I fuck with this Vedanta shit. That's why I fuck with this yogic, this tantric, this Eastern philosopher shit. They make it clear. How do they get to make it clear? Because you have sage and pupil passing down tradition for thousands of years. I'm not saying this is the oldest system on the planet, but what I'm saying is for thousands of years not being broken ever since the Europeans set out to conquer the world and destroying everything, because we don't have that ancient Egyptian system no more. It ain't been passed down from teacher to pupil, from teacher to pupil, from teacher to pupil. They do. And it's the same information. If you can not lose yourself in all tradition, some people get caught up in tradition and then reject it. Fuck the tradition. We looking for the principle. SOP. Cosmic P. We looking for the cosmic principle. That's your ego. That's what the ego wants to do. It wants to attach itself to something and build up a wall around it and take ownership of it. You see what I'm saying? And that's human nature. That's not just black people. That's not just white people. That's just not just Indian people, Asian people, Native American, South American. It's not just them. It's humans. It's an animal nature. Look at animals. They mark their territory. Move beyond that. That's what we're about over here. That's cosmic P. What we really, what hold up, what we really want is head and heart combined. You know how in the Bible it says don't follow your heart. That's because in that aspect that they're talking about in the Bible, don't follow your heart because you haven't got your heart and your mind balanced. You don't have those two balanced. If you don't have those two balanced, you might not need to listen to your heart. You might need to go completely logical. But the whole game is to get in balance here, right? All right. What we really want is head and heart combined. The heart is great indeed. It is, although it is through the heart that the great inspirations of life come, right? Intuition, right? I would 100 times listen. What he say? This is what Swami Vivekananda can understand, right? I would 100 times rather have a little heart and no brains than be all brains and no heart. Why did I not underline it? And I'm with him. I would rather 100 times have a little heart and no brains than be all brains and no heart. Damn, it like the screen froze. Oh, shit. Fucking technology, bro. All right. Life is possible. Progress is possible for him who has a heart. But he who has no heart and only brains dies of dryness. Listen to that again. Life is possible. Progress is possible for him who has a heart, but for him who has a heart, life is possible and progress is possible, right? But he who has no heart and only brain dies of dryness. You're too intellectual. That's that being super intellectual shit. Too quantifiable. All right. You want to quantify everything. But he who has no heart, and only brain dies of dryness. At the same time, we know that, listen, check this out. He who is carried away by his heart alone has to undergo many ills. For now and then, he is liable to tumble into pitfalls. The combination of heart and head is what we want. All right, my niggas. I do not mean that man should compromise his heart for his brains or vice versa, but let everyone have an infinite amount of heart and feeling, and at the same time, an infinite amount of reason. You need both. There's no way around it. You need both to be a balanced being, nigga. Is there, and I want y'all to understand, in 1892, this nigga coming out of India speaking this type of way on ancient information is very fucking radical. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was very radical because he's speaking outside of terms of Hinduism or Hindu tradition. That's why I fuck with Swami. And I fuck with his OG. Who is his OG? Sri Ramakrishna. Yeah, the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. If you know, you know. I'm showing you shit because maybe you might want to get the shit. Um, is there any limit to what we want? This is the question you got to ask yourself. This is a question I've asked myself, so I'm not just telling you. Is there any limit? Hold up. Is there any limit to what we want in this world? Is not the world infinite? There is a room for an infinite amount of feeling and also for an infinite amount of knowledge and reasoning. Let them come together with, let's see how that changed up. Let them come together. I think you can see it. Let them come together without limit. Let them run together, as it were, parallel with each other. Most of the religions understand this fact, but the error into which they all seem to fail is the same. They are carried away by the heart, the feelings. There is evil in the world. Give up the world. That is the great teaching, and the only teaching, no doubt. Give up the world. There cannot be two opinions. To understand the truth, every one of us has to give up error. Error. He's gonna get into that. He's gonna get into it. Every one of us has to give up error. There cannot be two opinions. There cannot be two opinions. Every one of us, in order to be good, must give up evil. There cannot be two opinions. Every one of us, to have life, must give up what is death. And yet, what remains to us is this theory. In hold on. Let's go back. There cannot be two opinions. Every one of us, to have life, must give up what is death. And yet, what remains to us is if this theory involves giving up the life of the senses, life as we know it. And what else do we mean by life? If we give this up, what remains? I just seen a light flash. I don't know what that meant. Message. We shall understand this better when later on we come to the more philosophical portions of Vedanta. But for the present, I beg to state that in Vedanta alone, we find rational solution of the problem. There's a solution. There's a solution. There's a solution. And I like their solution. I like their solution. It's fucking quite simple. And in a sense, here, I can only lay before you what Vedanta seeks to teach. And that is the deification of the world. That's what we're getting into tonight, y'all. I like the way this nigga talk too. He real slick with his talking. I want to be as good as that one day. Vedanta seeks to teach, and that is the deification of the world. If you deify this motherfucker, ain't no evil here. Cause the mind makes it real, Craig. What did Morpheus tell Neo? You think that's air you breathing? What did Morpheus tell Neo? What Neo like, hey, so are you telling me, hey Morpheus, are you telling me that I can dodge bullets? No, Neo. What I'm telling you is when you reach that point, you won't have to dodge bullets, nigga. You won't have to dodge bullets. When you reach that point, there ain't gonna be no enemies. There ain't gonna be shit that can stop you. You don't have to dodge fucking bullets. Ain't no like this shit funny to me, bro, because it's like I love this shit, bro. I'm trying to say I just watched The Matrix. You know what I'm saying? That Matrix is a motherfucker, bro. Like I go in seasons of when I watch the Matrix. I go through all four or five of them. However many it is, and now I go through all four of them motherfuckers. Just binge watch that shit like crazy to see based off of new information that I've learned. What's the new breakthrough that I get from it? That's what I like to do with that motherfucker, bro. And I still want to read that what's the name Matrix book. You know the one that you showed. I think I got the PDF. I like the oversouls, and then a little like it looks like some shit like this, like that, and it's Trav know what I'm talking about. It's that Matrix. What's the name? I forgot who was made by Max something, some shit like that. But we ain't done, y'all. Let's get into it. All right. All right. It says, Vedanta does not in reality denounce the world. So here's the thing, it's not about denouncing the world. Yeah, Val Valerian. Val Valerian, the Matrix. It's not about denouncing the world. Listen, it's not about denouncing the world. The idea of renunciation nowhere attains such a height as in the teachings of Vedanta. But at the same time, no dry suicidal advice is intended. It really means deification of the world, giving up the world as we think of it. Giving up the world as you think of it. I'm telling you, because this has made me less of a stressful person. This has made me less of a suffering person. Yes, I still gotta figure out shit. Me and my woman was talking about this shit over the other day. You see what I'm saying? So it's still shit that a nigga gotta figure out. You know what I'm saying? That's besides the point, because shit, we live in the West. You gotta figure some shit out. You're gonna have to figure some shit out. But it shouldn't be no shit that make you go to the brink in the edge of your life and like, you know what, fuck this, bro. I give up. I'm just suffering, 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 suffering. And I'm not saying that those thoughts may not arise, but you have this type of information as your backdrop that gives you that principle to stand upon. And you can bet your bottom motherfucking dollar no obstacles will apprehend you and you will prosper over pain. This is a no obstacles will apprehend you, prosper over pain type of chapter right here. I'm telling you, this is a principle that I live by, that I'm daily working through and working with. You see what I'm saying? Deify the world, God and everything. Let's go. Knowing what it really is. Hold up. Giving up the world as we think of it, as we know it, as it appears to us. Knowing that what it really is, deify it. Knowing what it really is, deify it. It is God alone. What did this nigga say? The word is God? Well, for you occult motherfuckers, that shouldn't be so hard to understand after we done read mystical motherfucking Kabbalah. Huh? Malkuth is in Kether, and Kether is in Mal motherfucking Kuth. What? Need I say something else? Need a nigga say something else? So while we sit here and talk about, oh, I'm a star seed and I'm sick, and I'm a star seed, I'm sick of living down here, I ain't never coming back. What the fuck else is there to do for you, bro? Because once you get to understand this higher level of non-dual, man, I don't even want to go into ain't shit else. Ain't shit else. And this here is very divine down here. It's very divine. Because think about it. What we say once you go back all the way up into the tree of the supreme, it gets so simplified. Everything that you know, that you love and like, and that you wish you can have, always have of it, your thoughts or your beliefs about that is based upon your five fucking senses. When you go all the way up to these levels of this higher God, this higher, pure, unconditioned God, this oneness, five senses don't exist. How do you know that? Because every system is telling you to get past your five senses. Duh. We read at the commencement of one of the oldest of the Upanishads. Whatever exists in this universe is to be covered with our Lord. We have to cover. Hope y'all listening to me. I might tell you a joke, but I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Fuck, nigga. Fuck, nigga. Long live young Scooter. Jug, man. Jug King. Street. All right. Hopefully that looks good. It's covered. Something covered everything with the Lord Himself, not by a false sort of optimism, I'm not telling you no obstacles will apprehend you because it's just up to motherfucking mystic, nigga. Not by blinding our evil, not by blinding our eyes to evil, but by really seeing God in everything. Thus, we have to give up the world. And then when the world is given up, what remains? God. What is meant? You can have your wife. You currently do not have to abandon her, but you are to see God in your wife. Give up your children? What does that mean? To turn them out the doors as some human brutes do in every country? Certainly not. That is diabolism. It is not religion. But see God in your children. Nigga, nigga, nigga. Your answers, your prayers have been answered. Your meditations have been answered. Because when we talking about detachment, this is what is being talked about here. Now, get me? There are different systems that says they can say different. This sits right with me though. Find something that sits right with you. Not saying fuck your kids and leave them and go off and be a goddamn monk. You trying to hop in and follow some tradition. Maybe that's part of your karma though. Maybe that's part of your cause and effect that you should go do that. It's not. You don't have to be void of your wife. You don't have to be void of your job. You don't have to be void of of your YouTube. Probably don't have to do as much Pornhub as you do with your freak ass. You probably don't need to. We're gonna get into it. Hopefully, I'm just making sense of y'all. Luminary, salute, bro. Salute, bro. Always standing on principle with the guys. Always standing on principle, bro. I appreciate you for stopping through. You don't have to give that up. This is detachment. It's detachment. It's about detaching the way that you look at the world. It's not detaching from the world and running off and going into the woods. It's not detaching. Oh, I don't care. Anybody can leave me. Anybody can leave me. I don't care. I don't need nobody. It's not that detachment. That's still in your five senses because you in fear of something. So you rather motherfuckers just leave and you rather just not have emotion. Motherfucker, you got emotions. You're trying to detach from emotions. That's a part of your nature. You have emotions. Yes, you do. Now, how much they take effect on you may vary between different people. But this is detachment. Detach from the egocentric way of viewing. When I say ego, for those who don't understand when I say ego, I don't mean arrogance. I mean what you personally identify with. That's why what is my one of my P's? Refine your standards, lower your expectations. Refine your standards, make sure it's standing on some of these cosmic principles and refine. I mean, that is the refinement. And then lower your expectations. Lower the way that you expect shit to play out. Man, I want to say some shit for my video that I'm gonna bring out. I ain't gonna spoil it though. Cause I'm telling you, like this shit has been clicking for me, y'all. Let's go. So in everything, in life and in death, in happiness and in misery, the Lord is equally present. The whole world is full of the Lord. Open your eyes and see him. For those that get scared when you hear the word Lord, ooh. He's speaking in 18 fucking 96 in fucking London. You know. So what other word should he use? Because he's a Vedantist, right? He practiced is it Sufism? I think he practiced Sufism or he just practiced Islam and he practiced Christianity. And he practiced Judaism. But he's a Vedantist. Who you know do that? See what I'm saying? He's moving like a fucking scientist. What Bobby Hemming say? Shit, hell, goddamn it. One week I'm a goddamn, I'm a Orisha. Goddamn, the next week I'm a Native American. Next week I'm fucking a Hindu. Next week I'm Kemetic. I'm all this goddamn shit. We occultists, bro. Or are you? Are you fucking even, bro? We occultists. Or are you fucking even, bro? Yeah. What the fuck ever, bro? This is what Vedanta teaches. Give up the world which you have conjectured, because your conjecture was based upon a very partial experience, upon very poor reasoning, and upon your own weakness. Give it up. The world we have been thinking of so long, the world we have been clinging to so long, is a false world of our own creation. Let's sit with that again, y'all. Give it up. The world, the world we have been thinking of so long, the world we have been clinging to so long, is a false world of our creation. Give that up. Open your eyes and see that as such. Open your eyes and see that as such. It never existed. It was a dream. Maya, which existed was the Lord. What existed was the Lord Himself. It is He who is in the child, in the wife, and in the husband. It is He who is in the good and the bad. You got to open your eyes. This is not easy. This is advanced shit. I don't know what nobody's telling you. This is advanced shit because it's very fucking hard to perceive that your suffering that you perceive of self and those struggles and those obstacles as God. It's hard to see it like that, but it is. It was a dream, Maya. What existed was the Lord Himself. It is He who is in the child. It is He who is in the wife and in the husband. It is He who is in the good and the bad. He is in the sinned. He is in the sin and in the sinner. He is in life and in death. I need to put a star by that. You will see that pop up again. Huh? That's it, bro. That's it. Don Tree say that page. So yeah, nah, facts. Wait till y'all see the study guide. The study guide for those who just coming in, who has not joined the email list. Click that pin link in the bio to get that study guide. Don Tree said, man, it sinks so crazy. Facts. So okay, you got some shit going on in life right now where this shit just lining up. God is in the gay. God is in the straight. God is in the dog. God is in the rapist. God is in the molester. It's hard to take that. God damn, it's hard to take that. God is in the Donald Trump with tariffs and shit. God is in the Pete Diddy R. Kelly. Ooh, how dare you say some shit like that, nigga? How dare you say some shit like that? This is a knowing. This is not a belief. That's why I like Vedanta. The way of Vedanta, all that belief and hope and all that wish shit. Ain't no wish, belief, and hope a motherfucking thing. You know this shit or you don't know it. That's that. And if you don't know it, keep trying to know it. You'll know it eventually, nigga. A tremendous assertion indeed. So that's what I'm saying. He's speaking very radical in 1896, coming from India. This is some radical shit. This is some shit Jesus would have came back and said and goddamn got stones thrown at his ass. And I remember Bobby Hemming saying some shit. You got to understand why the Indian shit is still so much intact. By the time the European got to them, they wasn't on no rampage no more. Yeah, they went over there and set up some like social system, but they weren't on no rampage no more, just tearing and burning shit down. By the time they got over there, they was trying to learn some shit. They was trying to learn some shit. You know, they still had their mischievous ways, but they was trying to learn some shit. So you still had these motherfuckers who was in the Indus Kush Mountains, the Hindus Kush Mountains, Indus Kush, Kushites, right? It's actually a book I got in my what's the name that's breaking down how the Kushites or the pre-dynastics went over to Egypt. It's actually a straightforward book that's on it. I know it's something about the Christ in Ethiopia because they Ethiopians, right? And that's one book, and then it's another book. I seen somebody sent me something, so I'm gonna end up getting it just to check, just for some little historical relevance. I don't really, I'm not really the historical guy, but you get to put shit together. I'm one of those type guys, but I'm more looking for the principle, right? But this motherfucker is a radical nigga. That's why some of the shit I know, some shit aside, it be radical as fuck. It's like I don't give a fuck though, cause I know what I know. What I know. I'm not saying that everybody needs to know what I know, but for some people, this shit aligns with them. That's why you niggas here. That's why I'm there with you motherfuckers. That's why I listen to fucking Bobby Hemmett. That's why I listen to fucking Panic. That's why I listen to fucking Travis Majors. Sometimes I tap into Brother Rich show and he got some people on there that they got some shit that's going on that I fucking resonate with. This lines up with everything I've been working. Hold up, let's see what Don say. This lines up with everything I've been working on recently in my mind and heart. I appreciate you, G. Keep shining. You keep shining, motherfucker. Cause you the God, nigga. It's your world I'm living in it, nigga. It's your world I'm living in it, bro. I appreciate you, Don. Real shit. I appreciate you for being you, motherfucker. That's what I appreciate. That's my dog. Stimulate your mind, Craig. And and if guess what, if this shit only just lines up for Hasajan, just only lines up for Trav and Don Tree, that's perfectly fine. That's all it needs to be for. Cause it can't be for everybody. It can't be for everybody. But everybody can still come over here and listen, nigga, get your song. Cause I know how the mind works, how the universal mind works. It's about mental impressions. It's about some stars. As long as I can leave this mental impression on you, it's fucked up if I tell you I'm selling this pen and this is the pen that Jesus Christ wrote with. You know what I'm saying? Pay me $999 for it, and all your blessings come true. Yeah, not that. I'm giving you information about self-realization. If this shit hits your subconscious mind and leave a strong enough impression, that's why you think I'm giving you study guides. I know what the fuck I'm doing. So you can keep it on your mind. It can give you that mental impression. Even if you don't do shit with it in this lifetime, it's gonna travel over into your lifetime. This is your karma, nigga. You here because of karma, nigga. You here because of cause and effect. That's why you tapping into these live streams. Let's be real. If you understand, if you know, you know. A tremendous assertion indeed. Yet that is the time which Vedanta wants. Hold up. That is the theme which Vedanta wants to demonstrate, to teach, and to preach. This is just the opening thing. This is just the opening thing. We avoid the dangers of life and its evil by seeing God in everything. We avoid dodging bullets, my nigga. Neo, we avoid dodging bullets because we don't have to. God ain't sending bullets at me. Do not desire anything. Do not desire anything. It looks like it's showing up on my screen. Like my screen won't even let me. Like, hold up, y'all. Let me try something out here. I probably ain't even live on IG no more. Hold up, y'all. Okay, yeah, it's showing clear. It look like I'm kind of choppy. Y'all let me know. Am I choppy? Bro, I done gained so much weight, y'all don't even understand. Living in Texas, boy, they feed your ass to death. Boy, they is not petty with their portions. Let me know if I'm choppy, y'all. While my screen is still loading to zoom out so I can read the goddamn chat. All right, I guess I get back to the chat when my screen stopped tripping. Oh no, I want to make sure I ain't chopping. Y'all let me know. Am I choppy? Am I coming through clear? Is the video and audio clear? Is the audio and video? No, it's clear. Okay. 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 All right, so we good. All right, all clear. Bet. All right. Desire nothing. What makes us miserable? The cause of all these miseries from which we suffer is desire. You desire something and the desire is not filled. The result is distress. If there is no desire, there is no suffering. But here too, there is the danger of my being misunderstood. What is he finna say? What is he finna say? So it is necessary to explain what I mean by giving up desire and becoming free from all misery. The walls have no desires and they never suffer. You know, the walls in your house, right? The walls have no desire and they never suffer. True, but they never evolve. Check this out. But walls don't evolve. This chair that I'm sitting in right here, nigga, has no desires. It never suffers, but it is always a chair. There is a glory in happiness. There is a glory in suffering. If I may say so, there is also utility in evil too. What are you getting at, Vivekananda? The great lesson in misery we all know. There are hundreds of things we have done in our lives which we wish we had never done, but which at the same time have been great teachers. If that's not the no obstacles will apprehend you, prosper over pain. Because the obstacle is only there is no obstacle. It's only an opportunity to prosper over pain. Ah, before we read Vedanta, before we got into this, it's a principle. I'm not just giving you shit that's cool. It's a principle. Bring y'all ass back here. All right. Why did I not highlight that? Okay, let's see. Okay. The hundreds of things we have done in our lives, which we wish we never done, but which at the same time has been nothing but teachers, have been great teachers. As for me, I'm glad I have done some as for me, I'm glad I have done something good and many things bad. I'm happy for it. I don't take none of it back. All that street shit I've been through, bro, I wouldn't take none of it back. None of it. And I mean that shit like none of it. And I done some shit. I wouldn't take none of that shit back. As for me, I'm glad I have done something good and many things bad. Glad I have done something right, and I'm glad I have committed many errors because every one of them has been a great lesson. I, as I am now, am the resultant of all I have done, all I have thought. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Why the fuck is this shit so hard to? Oh shit, man. Glad I have committed many errors because every one of them has been a great lesson. I, as I am now, am the resultant of all I have done and all I have thought. All I have thought. Every action and thought have had their effects. Karma. Do you hear that? Every action and thought have had their effects. Your thoughts produce karma. Okay? What you think. Remember, we went through that in the Monster Spirits video. Experience, thought, mental impression. Ex- Experience, thought, which is a mental impression, creates your beliefs. And your beliefs creates your reality. Yes. Every action and thought have had their effects. And these effects are the sum total of my progress. That's what I'm saying. Why do you think you're into this type of information? Think you, oh, okay, it's just some cool, cute shit. Look like my screen getting all fuzzy and shit. Oh, it's just some cool, cute shit. No, motherfucker. Something you've done in your past life, in your past experience, has brought you to this point. I'm a culmination of the jnana in mass. You're a culmination of it. You're a culmination of all the causes and effect. That's how you're a big ball of walking a cause and effect. You're a big ball of walking um elemental spirits. These elemental spirits ain't nothing but causes and effects of a process on a cosmic scale, nigga. Let's see. We all understand that desires are wrong, but what is meant by giving up desires? How could life go on? It would be the same suicidal advice, killing the desires and the man too. The solution is this: not that you should not have property. This don't mean you shouldn't have a house. This is what I'm talking about. Motherfucker, talking about detachment. And then, fuck all that. Okay, yes, but you're going extreme out of based off of fear. The solution is this: not that you should not have property, not that you should not have things which are necessary, and even things which are luxury. We all, I mean, hold up, that's not what it say. Things that are luxury. Have all that you want and more. Only know the truth about property, that it does not belong to anybody. Have no idea of proprietorship, possession. You are not anybody, nor am I anybody. I told you I found out Swami Vivekananda met one of the great people who everybody called the Illuminati, John D. Rockefeller. John D. Rockefeller comes up with the phrase, own nothing, control everything. He got that after having a conversation with this man here. Don't think I'm lying. Look it up. Chat GPT it. Did Swami Vivekananda meet John D. Rockefeller? This is where he got the concept because he came to Swami Vivekananda all down and depressed, one of the richest motherfuckers over here, but he all down and depressed and fucked up. Why? Because he has the attachment to this shit. He think he owns shit. Swami Vivekananda gave him a lesson, and after that lesson, he comes out on nothing. Because you don't own nothing. Let's read that part again. Let this sit in again. The solution is this: not that you should not have property, not that you should not have things which are necessary, and even things which are luxuries. Have all that you want and more. Only know the truth about property, that it does not belong to anybody. Have no idea of proprietorship, possession, or possession. You are not anybody, nor am I anybody. Keyword body. Keyword body. Hold up. What you talking about, Don? Don said happened last night. Happened again. I missed something, Don. Nor is any. Nor is. Damn, I done ripped the page. Ain't that some shit? Hoping it's showing. Nor is anyone else. All belong to the Lord. The opening verse of the Isa Upanishad tells us to cover everything with the Lord. God is in the wealth that you enjoy. He is in the desire that rises in your mind. He is in the things you buy to satisfy your desire. He is in your beautiful attire, in your beautiful ornaments. This is the line of thought. All will be metamorphosized as soon as you begin to see things in that light. Hear that? Soon as you begin to see things in that light. If you put God in your every movement, in your conversation, in your form, in everything, the whole scene will change in the world. Instead of appearing as one of woe and misery, will become heaven. I'm going to read this again for niggas. This is a gem. Hey, Trav. There are no enemies. Is you niggas listening? You need to sit with that and meditate on that tonight. Matter of fact, I got something in the study guide for you to meditate on. based off this chapter. Take it home. And we say meditate, just mentally sit with it. Just mentally sit with it. And you don't have to sit in crisscross applesauce and close your eyes. If you can't do it, if it's not available for you to do, just sit with it. Damn, bro, I hate how this shit is. Let's see. That look too far zoomed out. How that look, y'all? That look bad. Can y'all see it? Or is that a no? Before I read, I zoom back in. Y'all just let me know if that look good or if that look terrible. Like you can't even see the words. I don't know if it was choppy at first or not. Let me know if I continue reading, y'all. Waiting on them comments come through. I know it's a delay. But while I'm waiting on y'all to comment and tell me if this is showing clear or if it's too far zoomed out, he's giving gems, man. He's giving gems. If you look at this world in that way, this world doesn't become a prison. This word doesn't come not clear. Okay. Uh, we get back to it like that. And it don't look clear on my end, so I don't know why my camera do that shit. You got this high tech ass iPhone, but it still wants to show unclear. So we'll rock with this. It's always the left page. The right page is show clear, but the left page just won't for some reason. All right. So let's go back to this gym here. The Ice of Upanishad tells us to cover everything with the Lord. God is in the wealth that you enjoy. He is in the desire that rises in your mind. He is in the things that you buy to satisfy desire. He is in your beautiful attire and your beautiful ornaments. This is the line of thought. All will be metamorphosized as soon as you begin to see things in that light. If you put God in your every movement, in your conversation, in your form, in everything, the whole scene will change. The world, instead of appearing as one of woe and misery, will become heaven. I guess it was in Aquarian Gospel Jesus Christ. Look around. Heaven is all around you. You just can't see it. It's all around you. Malkuth is in Kether as Kether is in Malkuth. The kingdom of heaven is within you, says Jesus. See, he even went to Jesus, says Jesus. So says Vedanta and every great teacher. The kingdom of heaven is within you, says Jesus. And so says Vedanta and every great teacher. He that have eyes to see, let him see. And he that have ears to hear, let him hear. Why are you here? Because you have the ears to hear. You have the eyes to see. Everybody doesn't have the eyes to see. Some people are just pure bhakti yoga devotional. They're in belief. Belief is not for everybody. Everybody doesn't have to sit with belief. Some people come into knowing, which is gnosis, which is the equivalent of jnana yoga. Gnosis and jnana is the same thing. The knowing, the path of knowledge. This is a path. This here is a path. And I'll get deep into that on even more later down the line with the video that I'll be coming up with. Peace, Zero. Peace, peace, peace. Glad to have you here, my guy. S.O. motherfucking P. He that have eyes to see, let him see. And he that have ears, let him hear. But don't proves that the truth. For why do I gotta highlight that? Why am I not highlighting that? We gonna highlight that with orange though. Even though we know this line, it don't matter. We're gonna speak on it. Let him hear. Vedanta proves shit looks terrible. Vedanta proves that the truth for which we have been searching all this time is present now. And all hold up. Vedanta proves that the truth for which we have been searching all this time is present now and was all the time with us. That is key. Oh my God, that is key. Hopefully y'all, I'm gonna read that one more time. Vedanta proves that the truth for which we have been searching all this time is present now and was all the time with us. You What does that mean? You don't gotta go. You don't only get this truth when you fucking meditate. You don't only get this truth when you fucking do a ritual. You don't only get this truth when you have some mystical breakthrough. You don't only get this truth when you visualize some fucking deity. That's not no. It's always there. But let he who have eyes see. Let he who have the right type of ears hear. You don't It doesn't only come when you do rituals, when you sit down in a quiet place and meditate crisscross applesauce. It doesn't only come when you go to a church, when you go to a religious meeting. It doesn't only come then. It's right here, right now, present on this live stream. If you're sitting over there fiddling with your pubic hairs and listen to my voice, it's right there with you. When you're searching for your favorite kink on goddamn Pornhub, it's right there with you. When I'm hitting my vape, it's right there with me. When I sip my little lemonade, when it's right there with me. When I tell my woman I love her, it's right there with me. When I'm sending funny memes on Instagram to Trav, it's right there with me. When I'm taking a shit, it's right there with me. Gems, real big ones too. In our ignorance, we thought we had lost it and went about the world crying and weeping, struggling to find the truth, while all along it was dwelling in our own hearts. There alone can we find it. Now, here, nowhere, home of the aware. Fuck you talking about Don Tree speaking that shit, talking that shit, huh? In our own ignorance, we thought we had lost it and went about the world crying and weeping and struggling to find the truth, while all along it was dwelling in our own hearts. There alone can we find it. If we understand that giving up the world in its old cruel sense, then it will come to this, that we must not work, that we must not work, that we must be idle, sitting like lumps of earth, neither thinking or doing anything, but we must become fatalists, driven by the every circumstance ordered about by the laws of nature, drifting from place to place. That would be the result. But that is not what is meant by giving up the world. Huh? That would be the result, but that is not meant what he's saying here, but that is not meant in what they saying when they say give up the world. We must work. Ordinary men work, driven by false desires. What do they know of work? If a man is impelled by his impulses, huh? If a man is impelled by his impulses, if he's impelled by his instincts, his desires and his senses, what does he know about work? He works who is not implied by his own desires. Listen, he works who is not impelled by his own desires, by any selfishness whatsoever. He works who has no ulterior motive in view. He works who has nothing to gain from work. He who enjoys a picture, the seller or the seer. The seller is busy with his accounts computing what his gain will be, how much profit he will realize from the picture. His brain is full of that. He is looking at the hammer and watching the bids. He is looking at the hammer and watching the bids. He is intent on hearing how fast the bids are rising. That man is enjoying the picture who has gone there without any intention of buying or selling. That man is enjoying the picture who has gone there without any intention of buying or selling. He looks at the picture and enjoys it. So this whole universe is a picture. And when these desires have vanished, men will enjoy the world. Then this buying and selling and these foolish ideas of for profession of let's go back. So this whole universe is a picture. And when these desires have vanished, man will enjoy the world. Then this buying and selling and these foolish ideas of possession will be ended. The money lender gone, the buyer gone, the seller gone. This world remains a picture, a beautiful painting. I never read of any more beautiful conception of God than the following. What is he talking about? He is the great poet, the ancient poet. The whole universe is his poem, coming in verses and rhymes and rhythms, written in infinite bliss. Yeah, I like that. Drop that one. When we have given up desires, then alone shall we be able to read and enjoy the universe of God. Then everything will become deified. Nooks and corners, byways and shady places, which we thought dark and unholy, will all be deified. Do you hear that? That includes the club, nigga. That includes the club. In the corners of byways and shady places which we have thought dark and unholy would be deified. Yeah, I know. I mean, I ain't been to the club in a minute, but yeah, nigga, I go to the club. I'm an occult nigga who will still go to the club because I understand a certain understanding. You see what I'm saying? It can still be done, but I'm not attached to the lifestyle of the lifestyle of what the people do when they go to the club. I deify it, and I've been doing it. I've been making everything a fucking ritual. But that's neither here nor there. Which we thought dark and unholy will all be deified. They will all reveal their true nature, and we shall smile at ourselves and think that all this weeping and crying has been but child's play. That's child's play. All that weeping and crying, boo-hooing about suffering and what Donald Trump is doing. He's taking all the black monuments down. He's taking this and he's doing that and that's child's play. I'm gonna be straight 100. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. What the helly? That's child's play, buddy. We ain't with the child's play over here. Yo, we can be informed about it and look at it and get some content about it, but we understand the whole context, right? And that we are only standing. Hold up. They will reveal their true nature, and we shall smile at ourselves and think that all this weeping and crying has been but child's play, and that we were only standing by watching. That's the key phrase. We were only standing by watching. What does that mean? We were only standing by being the observer. Rusha, nigga. I was at 404. They turned. Oh shit. If I was in Atlanta, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know you was in Atlanta, done. If I was in Atlanta, I would have been there. I would have been there. I ain't gonna lie to you. And then back in my hometown, my neighborhood, nigga from my neighborhood celebrated 4-4 day because the block is 4400 block. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have definitely been there. Ain't no lie, but I'm all the way on the other side of goddamn. I'm in Texas. I'm from all the way in Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? So they understand, but I would have loved to been there to be with the homies in the hood. I would have been there. See what I'm saying? I would have been there. Same occult nigga in the trenches. What these niggas doing, they trench life shit. But niggas know I'm different. I move different. I know I'm protected. I know I ain't got shit to worry about. I know I'm coming home safe. You see what I'm saying? I know it ain't no belief, it ain't no hope, it ain't no wish. I know. So I'll move around in little places like that. Now I'm not gonna wake up every day. Let's go to the hood. That's a no. That's a no. But I will dip and dilly dally. Nigga will dip in and out. I'm comfortable around the gangsters. But that's because that's part of my background. I'm not saying that everybody should do that. Oh, I'm God, let's go post up in the hood. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's my background, so I'm comfortable with that. And I can fuck around. Who knows? Ain't no who knows. Fuck around and have a conversation with one of the homies that may, you know what I'm saying, bring a different perspective to them. And they give me something that brings a different perspective to me that goes back into my database and helps me with what I'm doing. This is how this shit works. If I evolve, everybody around me evolves. If you evolve, everything around you evolves. This is how this shit works. Let's see. Shit, y'all. I'm trying, man. But that shit ain't gonna show clear. But just listen to my words. I got you. So do your work, says Vedanta. Do the work, nigga. So do your work, says Vedanta. And it advises us to work by giving up the apparent elusive world. What is meant by that? Seeing God everywhere. Seeing God everywhere. Thus do your work. Desire to live 100 years. Have all the earthly desires, if you wish. Only deify them. Convert them into heaven. Have the desire to live a long life of helpfulness and blissfulness and activity on this earth. Thus, working, you will find the way out. There is no other way. If a man plunges headlong into the foolish luxuries of the world without knowing the truth, he has missed his footing. I'm about to read that again. Check this out. That made some folks leave, but it's cool. Those are still here. They have ears to hear. Have the desire to live a long life of helpfulness, of blissfulness and activity on this earth, thus working. You will find the way out. There is no other way. If a man plunges headlong into the foolish luxuries of the world without knowing the truth, he has missed his footing. He cannot reach the goal. And if a man curses the world, goes into a forest, listen, and if a man curses the world, goes into a forest, mortifies his flesh, and kills himself little by starvation, makes his heart a barren waste, kills out all feeling and becomes harsh, stern, and dried up, that man has also missed the way. He's talking about his own culture. You know them rishis or them Hindu mystics, they go off into the woods. Why you think part of Shiva's stories is him going off into the forest. Oh damn, Instagram. Why do you think he goes off into the forest? Those folks like to go off into the forest and curse the world and just run from it. He's talking about his own shit. The motherfuckers who go off into the mountains and run away. He's talking about the same shit. They have missed it as well, according to this. Some can totally disagree, and I get it. But this is a way for those who still, and I was going to say, this works better for those who live over here in the West. It's not a part of our culture to go to a guru in some monastery. We don't have that. It's not that it doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that in abundance. We don't get to go to the Himalayan mountains. If that shit happened over here, you can't do it over here. The government owns the goddamn national forest. You can't go sit up in the national forest, nigga. Your ass going to the feds. That's a federal offense trying to live inside the forest. Think about that. You can't go live up in the mountains in the caves. The government owns that. Think about that. You can't do that over here. They're gonna fit you can't why you can't do it because they can't tax your ass. That's not a reality here. This is more of a way that you can move through this bitch. More of a balanced way that you can move through this bitch. Deify the world, my niggas. Giving you gems. Let's do this again. Let's read that again. And if a man curses the world, goes into the forest, mortifies his flesh, and kills himself little by starvation, makes his heart a barren waste, kills out all feeling, and becomes harsh, stern, and dried up, that man has also missed the way. These are the two extremes, the two mistakes of the two ends. Both have lost the way, both have missed the goal. So work says, says Vedanta, putting God in everything and knowing Him to be in everything. That's the work. That's the work. Do the work, nigga. That's the work. That's the work. That is the work. That's the work according to Vedanta. And if they disagree, that's fine. Whoever disagrees, that's fucking fine. Works for me. Work instantly. Um, what? Instantly. Holding life as something. Damn, holding or work instantly, holding life as something deified, as God Himself, and knowing that this is all we have to do. This is all we should ask for. God is in everything. Where else should we go to find Him? You ain't got. I know He gonna get into it. He is already in. Hold on. God is in everything. Where else shall we go to find Him? He is already in every work, in every thought, in every feeling. Knowing this, we must work. This is the only way. There is no other. The effects of work will then not bind us. Listen, how can you suffer? No. How was there an enemy if you moving through the world like this? I really hope people is taking this shit serious, bro. Tonight, y'all getting this study guide. I really hope y'all that are here and that's catching this on a replay take this serious. This is not no small fry shit. This ain't no little boy, little girl shit. This ain't no entertainment shit. This is some real deal shit. Like, this is top notch shit. This is top notch technology. This is a top notch tool. Like, I'm dead ass serious, Holmes. Knowing this, we must work. This is the only way. There is no other. The effects of work will then not bind us. We have seen the false desires. We have seen the false desires. We have seen that false desires are the cause of all misery and evil we suffer from. But when they are thus deified, purified through God, they bring no evil. They bring no misery. Those who have not learnt, listen, those who have not learned or learnt this secret, those who have not learned this secret will have to live in a demonical world until they discover it. Nigga, until you discover it. You're going to continue to live in a demonic world until you can see God in everything, nigga. You're going to continue to live in a world where you're in spiritual warfare. This ain't for everybody, though. You see what I'm saying? Everybody can't tap into this type of time. Everybody ain't on this type of time. Everybody still wants an enemy. Everybody still wants somebody to be working against them. I got to work against white folks. I got to work against the government. I got to work against the archons. I got to work against the monitoring spirits. I got to work against demonic spirits. It says, those who have not learned this secret, they will have to live in a demonical world until they discover it. Many do not know what an infinite mind of bliss is in them, around them, everywhere. They have not yet discovered it. What is a demonical world? Ignorance, says Vedanta. Ignorance. Didn't I, before I even tapped into this book, didn't I tell you niggas the ultimate evil is ignorance? The ultimate evil spirit is ignorance. The ultimate evil is ignorance. Those that don't know. That's why I'm like, am I a spiritualist? Am I a occultist? Am I a conscious, the black conscious community? I'm none of that shit. It's just those that know and those that don't. It's those that know and those that don't. It's that fucking simple. It ain't no debates about this shit neither. Ain't no going back and pity patting, smacking a ping pong ball across the table with a nigga for what? It's those that know and those that don't. It's that simple, bro. This ain't no hierarchy shit or nothing. This just what it is. It's those that know and those that don't. And those that don't just haven't had the opportunity to know yet. Maybe it take lifetimes, maybe it don't. Maybe it comes instantly. When they hear certain shit, maybe it just ain't made their way to them yet. Because it ain't their time yet. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, put an SOP in the chat, man. I ain't going no further to a SOP in the chat. Let me read the comments. I need SOPs in the chat. I need SOPs in the chat. We ain't put no SOPs in the chat in a minute. Don Tree said, Zero said his lecture is powerful. I need SOPs in the chat, man. Come on, y'all. This lecture is powerful. Don Tree said, it's like the cosmos speaking in real time. I know for certain this is for a reason. Now, fact, see, that's when, see, you ain't say I believe. Don Tree ain't say shit about what I believe. He said, I know. That's why Trav said there is no enemies. That's what we standing on, Zero. There is no motherfucking enemies. Zero say for sure. I can see if you believe that it will appear. Hold up. I can see if you believe that it will appear. That it will appear. Totally the ultimate evil is ignorance. That's it. The only enemy is ignorance and is deleted with truth and awareness of the truth. That's it. That's it. Damn, my comments low and slow as hell. All right, we getting some SOPs. God damn. Luminary to put goddamn 50. What's the names? Let me put these on the screen. SOP. 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 Don Tree says, bro, everything you're speaking on lines up with motion. Lines up with the motion I've been working on for years. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we don't be running into each other for no reason. We don't find each other for no reason, bro. This shit is not no fake shit. This shit ain't no hope and wishful system. This shit lines up with you naturally. This shit lines up with y'all naturally. This shit lines up with me naturally. And we gotta understand that everybody may not be able to get it. Hey, no, I got you, Luminary. He said autocorrect has been beating my ass. Man, it been taking your ass down through that blender, my boy. All right, enough SOPs. Let's get back to it then. Let's get back to it. Hold up, Don Tree just dropped another comment. Don Tree says, The infinite realm of possibilities is accessible. I drown, learning to float, then to swim. Now I'm surfing the motherfucking cosmos, nigga. And that's P. That's P. That's P right there. That's a cosmic P pushing type of statement right there. Why didn't put up on the screen? That's a cosmic P pushing type of statement right there. That infinite realm of possibility is accessible. I drown, learn to float, then to swim. Now I'm surfing the cosmos. Come on, bro. Zero says, every time you do a lecture, it hit me and helped to upgrade my consciousness. Come on, man. This is what we doing here, man. We ain't playing around, Zero. And I talk to you. So that shit is in you, Zero. It ain't on you. Some of these folks is on, and that's okay. Cause in another lifetime they'll get it. Or maybe this one, I don't know. That's not up to me to fucking determine. I don't care to determine. All I care is to recognize that that spark is within you, my niggas and my niggas. He said, when I'm out on the land, I'm a motherfucking walking star. Talk that shit. Talk that shit, Don. Talk that shit, Don Tree. That's my guy. Let's see. One more time. We're going to read this one more time. That part. It says, to those who have not learned this secret, they will have to live in a demonical world until they discover it. Many do not know what an infinite mind of bliss is. Hold on. What an infinite mind of bliss is in them, around them, everywhere. They have not yet discovered it. What is a demonical world? Ignorance, says Vedanta. We are dying of thirst sitting on the bank of the mightiest river. Niggas dying thirsty sitting at the bank of a river, but they don't even know it's a river. Ignorance. We are dying of hunger sitting near a heap of food. You sitting right there, nigga, you sitting right there with a whole bunch of 5 for 5s. You know what I'm saying? Wendy 5 for 5. $5 biggie bag. Biggie baggy. Biggie back baggy. Big back baggy. And you starving. Here is the blissful universe, yet we do not find it. Here is the blissful universe, yet we do not find it. Here is heaven, yet you cannot see it. Here is the blissful universe, yet we do not find it. We are in it all the time, and we are always misjudging it. Man, I gotta highlight all of that. Religion proposes to find this out for us. The longing for this blissful universe is in all hearts. It has been the search of all nations. It is the goal, it is the one goal of religion. And this idea is expressed in various languages in different religions. It is only the difference of language that makes all of these apparent divergences. It is the listen, it is I told you language is a limiting force. The difference of language that makes all these apparent divergences. One experiences a thought in one way, another in a little different, and another a little differently. Yet perhaps each means exactly what the other is expressing in a different language. That's why I say everybody's fucking right, bro. Everybody's right, but you're gonna get caught up in language. If I say Ogun and you say Zarabanda or whatever the equivalent is, we gonna get into an argument. No, 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 it's this. No, no, it's that. If you say Jesus and I say Christ consciousness, no, one ain't no motherfucking. It's just Jesus. I don't know what you talking about. It's a my God, my Jesus. No, no, no. If I say Jesus and Krishna, no, no, that ain't no, that motherfucking Krishna. That's motherfucking. If I say Jesus and Buddha, no, that ain't no motherfucking Buddha sitting under a tree, little fat bald head man. That's this and that. You're getting caught up in the content and you mixing the context. This is what we stand on over here. We stand on P. We stand on principle. We not getting caught up in the language. We looking to get the underlying principle of that word. If you watch my story, I brought to you the same connection with Atman and Atmun. Atmun of the Egyptian pantheon and Atmin of the Vedanta, or coming from the Upanishads, or coming from the Bhagavad Gita, or the Brahma Sutras. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. It's the same shit, man. You want to call it Bina, or you want to call it Prakriti, or you want to call it Maya, or you want to call it Mayat. It's the same shit. One expresses the thought in one way, another a little different, little differently. Yet perhaps each means exactly what the other is expressing in a different language. More questions arise in connection with this. It is very easy to talk. From my childhood, I have been told that I should see God everywhere and in everything. Then I could really enjoy the world. But as soon as I mix with the world and get a few blows from it, the idea vanishes. See, we didn't even get that over here. We didn't get that type of see God and everything and everywhere. You didn't get that coming over here as no Christian. Pretty sure you didn't get it as no Muslim. You got that's evil and that's a sinner. And we are not sinners. We don't do that. So that's not God. That's the devil. That's the dualistic approach. And that's why some say I'm reading the Dzogchen, the Dzogchen Buddhists, Tibetan Buddhists. They say dualism is the cause of suffering. Dualism. Some people could disagree. I'm walking in the street. I am walking in the street thinking that God is in every man. And a strong man comes along and gives me a push, and I fall flat on the foot, and I fall flat on the footpath. Then I rise up quickly with clenched fists. The blood has rushed to my head, and my discrimination goes. Immediately. I have become mad. Everything is forgotten. Instead of encountering God, I see the devil. Ever since we were born, we have been told to see God. And every religion teaches that see God in everything and everywhere. Do you not remember that in the New Testament Christ says so? We have all been taught that. But it is when we come to the practical side that the difficulty begins. You remember reading Aesop's fables about a fine stag looking at his form reflected in a lake and saying to his young one, how powerful am I? Look at my splendid head. Look at my limbs. Look how strong and muscular they are, and how swiftly I can run. Then he hears the barking of dogs in the distance and immediately takes to his heels. And after he has run several miles, he comes back panting. The young one says, you just told me how strong you were. How was it that when the dogs bark, you ran away? Yes, my son. But when the dogs bark, all my confidence vanishes. Such is the case with us. So when you go through hardships, you vent that all that shit vanish. Hmm? When the world get to smacking your ass, all that shit vanish. Hmm. Such is the case with us. We think highly of humanity. We feel ourselves strong and valiant. We make grand resolves. But when the dogs of trails or trials and temptations bark, we are like the stag in a fable. Then, if such is the case, what is the use of teaching all of these things? There is the there is the greatest use. The use is this. The perseverance will finally conquer. That perseverance will finally conquer. Nothing can be done in a day. The self is first to be heard about, then to be thought upon, and then meditated upon. That's the path to self realization in Vedanta. The self is to be heard about. You listen to your teacher. Then to be thought upon, you take back and ingest it or inquire on it and you reason with it. And then third, but not last, you meditate upon it. And I like that Veda Vedanta. They don't make you have to sit down, crisscross applesauce, and close your eyes. Yes, do that. Yes, do that type of meditation. But self-inquiry. You can meditate by going through the days, by analyzing, analytical process, using the Antakarana. You can use the antakarana, the mental analyzing process, and this is the way that they teach. Because you got to know, for everybody is not able to sit there, crisscross applesauce, and close their eyes and do it. And I'm not saying you should not work towards and do it, because I do. You should as well. But that's not the only form of meditation. Everyone can see the sky. Even the very worm crawling upon the earth sees the blue sky. But how very far away it is. So it is with our ideal. So it is with our ideal. It is far away, no doubt. But at the same time, we know that we must have it. We must have the highest ideal. Unfortunately, unfortunately, in this world, the vast majority of persons are groping in the dark without any ideal at all. If a Hold up. If a man with an idea makes a thousand mistakes, I am sure that that man without an idea makes 50,000. Therefore, it is better to have an ideal. And this ideal we must hear about as much as we can till it enters into our hearts, into our brains, into our very veins, till it tingles in every drop of our blood and permeates every pore in our body. We must meditate upon it. Out of the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Out of the fullness of the heart, the mouth speaketh. And out of the fullness of the heart, the hand works too. It is thought which is the propelling force in us. Did you hear that? It is thought which is the propelling force in us. That's why we're doing this. That's why Trav does his YouTube. That's why I do my YouTube. You have to keep repeatedly hear this. And I don't have to be there all the time. You can go back at any time. You can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and run a video back. It needs to keep permeating through you. It's all about repetition. Repetition builds patterns. These elementals are getting trained through patterns. These elementals are nothing but mental patterns. What did he say? It is thought, which is the propelling force in us. And I know y'all taking this serious. I ain't got to keep saying. I know y'all taking this serious. What does he say next? Fill the mind with the highest thoughts. Hear, hear them day after day. Think of them month after month. Never mind failures. They are quite neutral or natural. Never mind failures. They are quite natural. They are the beauty of life, these failures. What would life be without them? It would not be worth having there were no if it were not for struggles. Let's read this again. If it were not for struggles. Never mind failures. They are quite normal. Ooh. Come on. Let's find another. Oh, here we go. He says, let's read that again. Never mind failures. They're quite normal. They are the beauty of life, these failures. Are y'all hearing that? They are the beauty of life, these failures. What would life be without them? Nigga, if everything was perfect in this world, what's the fucking point? What's the point of living? What's the point of being here if everything's purpose? If you knew the present, the past, and the future. Let's just pretend those things exist. If you knew the present, past, and the future, what would be the point? If everything was working out, what would be the point? If everything was perfect, if there were no failures, what would be the point? Would you then be happy that you got something that you wanted? No, you wouldn't. If there were no failures, if you didn't, everything is worth having. If it's a struggle to get it, whatever they say, no pain, no gain, whatever the quotes that go along with it. What would be the point of this shit if it wasn't for no struggles? It would not be worth having if there were not struggles. Where would Where would be the poetry of life? Never mind the struggles, the mistakes. I never heard a cow tell a lie, but it is only a cow, not a man. So never mind these failures, these little black backsidings or backslidings. Hold to the idea 1,000 times. And if you fail 1,000 times, make the attempt once more. Nigga, hold that no obstacles will apprehend you possible over pain in your mind. Hold SOP in your mind. Hold stand on principle, stand on purpose, stand in operating procedure in your mind. No obstacles will apprehend you prosper over pain. Ain't no obstacles. There's only opportunities for you to prosper over pain. Hold that in your mind 1,000 times. 1,000 motherfucking times. And if you fail 1,000 times, make that attempt once more. The ideal of a man is to see God in everything. The ideal of a man is to see God in everything. But if you cannot see him in everything, see him in one thing, and that thing which you like best, and then see him in another. So on you can go. There is infinite life before the soul. Take your time and you will achieve your end. He on the one who vibrates more quickly than the mind, who attains more speed than the mind can ever attain, even the gods reach, whom even the gods reach not. Did you hear that? Let's read that again. I'm gonna get to y'all comments in a minute. Hold on, y'all, because I gotta highlight this. It says, he, the one who vibrates more quickly than the mind, who attains more speed than the mind can ever attain, who vibrates more than the mind and speed of the mind, can ever attain whom even the gods cannot reach. Nigga, we're going past the gods with this type of mindset. The gods can't even reach this. Nor, nor thought grasps. He moved, hold up, what? Nor thought grasps. He moving, everything moves. In him all exists. He is moving. He is also immovable. Check this out. In him all exists. He is moving. He is immovable. He is near and he is far. He is inside everything. He is outside everything, interpenetrating everything. Whoever sees in every being that same Atman, there we go, the Atman, and wherever he sees everything in that Atman, he never goes far from that Atman. And when a man sees all life and the whole universe in this Atman, then he does not become secretive. There is no more delusion for him. Where is any more misery for him who sees this oneness in the universe? We are talking about a non dual system. So it's not Purusha trying to get away from Prakriti. It's not Prakriti is the enemy to Purusha. It's only Purusha. It's only this one. He who sees the Atmans everywhere, the Atman everywhere. That's the self, the capital S self, not the lowercase self, not my personal name, self. Read the Bhagavad Gita, read the Upanishads, read the Brahma Sutras. All right. This is further great. This is another great theme of Vedanta. This oneness of life, this oneness of everything. We shall see how it demonstrates that all our misery comes through ignorance, and that this ignorance is nothing but the idea of manifoldness, multiplicities, division, all right, of separation between man, between nation and nation, between earth and moon, between moon and sun. Out of this idea of separation between atom and atom comes all misery. Oh my God. But Vedanta says that this separation does not exist. It is not real. Vedanta says that this separation Vedanta says that this separation does not exist. It is not real. It is merely apparent. See, and this is what they basically saying in Vedanta. Vedanta can dive into, or the way to Vedanta can dive into dualistic systems. Why? Because it's not denying that there is not anything dualistic here. Yeah, that's fucking obvious, but that's only apparent. And the greater scheme of thing is all one. So yes, uh, uh, Gemini, eh, Gemini, the moon is in Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Aquarius has whatever. I'm not the best with that. Yes, you can do a ritual and do this and do that. Yes, that's just the apparent. That's the relative shit. On the surface, it's just the apparent on the surface. In the heart of things, there is unity. So I'm not denying, or they not denying that none of that shit is not useful and appropriate. It is, but we're talking about the super, or the highest level of observation. Is what we're talking about. If you go below the surface, you may find the unity between man and man, between race and race, high and low, rich and poor, gods and men and animals. If you go deep enough, all would be seen as only variations of the one. And that's what Maya does, right? It breaks shit down into multi levels, to different variations. That's it. That's what Maya does, bro. That's what Maya does. It breaks up the one God into many. And after that many is broken up even more minis and even more minis and even more minis. He who has attained the concept of oneness has no more delusion. He who has attained the concept of oneness has no more delusion. What can delude him? He knows the reality of everything, the secret of everything. Where is there any misery for him? What does he desire? He has traced the reality of everything to the Lord, who is the center of all things, and who is eternal existence, eternal knowledge, eternal bliss. Neither death or disease, nor sorrow, nor misery, nor discontent is there. All is perfect. All is perfect union and perfect bliss. From whom should he mourn then? In reality, there is no death. In reality, there is no death. There is no misery. In reality, there is no one to mourn for, no one to be sorry for. He has penetrated everything. He, the pure one, the formless, the bodiless, the stainless. He, the knower. He, the great poet, the self existent. He who gives to everyone what he deserves. They grope in darkness who worship this material world. Do you hear that? They grope in darkness who worship this material world. The world that is produced out of ignorance, thinking of it as Brahman, and those who live their whole lives in this world and never find anything better or higher are groping in still greater darkness. But he who knows the secret of nature and also that which is beyond nature, through the help of nature. Listen, through the help of nature, through the help of Prakriti, through the help of Maya, that he causes death, and through the help of that, hold up, that which is beyond nature. Through the help of nature, he crosses death. And through the help of that which is beyond nature, he enjoys eternal bliss. The door of the truth is covered by a golden disc. Open it, O nourisher. Remove it so that I have been worshiping. Hold up. Remove it so that I who have been worshiping the truth may behold it. O nourisher, long traveler of the sky, controller, O son, offspring of Prajapati, gather your rays, withdraw your light. I would see through your grace that forms of yours which is the fairest. Hold on, let's read that again. O son, offspring of Prajapati, gather your rays, withdraw your light. I would see through your grace that form of yours which is the fairest. I am indeed he, that Purusha who dwells there. End of the motherfucking chapter. Huh? Was that not fucking fire? Does that, man, somebody say something to me. Somebody say something to me. Somebody talk to me, man. Somebody talk to me, man. What y'all think about that chapter? If you don't like that chapter, you probably ain't gonna like the rest of this book. Because to me, that's like the most fast chapter. And that's just like an introductory to this Advaita Vedanta shit. Tree say easy. In the physical, in the cosmos, to think all this started because I questioned death. That's what brought me into this shit. Same shit brought me into the same shit, Tree. I was just surrounded by so much fucking death. That's what brought me into this shit. That's what brought me into this shit as well. Zero says this amazing. Oh, I missed 11:11 about 4 minutes ago, huh? 11:11. Zero says, the filter. Everything is a filter of the one. Yes, sir. Everything's just a filter. Everything's just a variation of one. See, right here, I got Sprout Spring water. Then I could have fucking Mountain Valley spring water. Those are just two different variations of the same thing. We're under the illusion that we're getting something different. You know how they do with designer clothes. You think you're getting something different. God is in the trauma. We experience divine through the good and the bad. That's it. See, I got them folks over here understanding and getting this shit. Standing on principle with this shit. Standing on P with this shit. You see what I'm saying? I miss some of y'all old comments too. Okay. Love it. I can feel myself as a chaos star because I love that 8-point star that looks like the octopus of an atomic molecule of the cosmos and can resonate with the principle of everything is divine. Okay. Before I found the conscious community, before all these long hours, I remember all of this without a foundation. God damn. Come on now. Man, even dualism is divine. If you approach it with the perspective of the divinity, you need to split into two it to expand that hope man being a force and form that is in the end, it is just one kith. That's what I'm saying. So it wouldn't even matter. So, cause like even if you wasn't, that's what we. Damn, you won't hear it at the beginning. That's what we saying. Kether is in Malkuth. Malkuth is in Kether. So ultimately, there is no separation because if you still go back to the tree of life, I'm giving a little bit away from my future Western. And you go back to the tree of life. What's in the back? What's in the background here? What's in the background here? It's the triple black darkness of space. I'm giving a hint of what I'll be going into. Guess what? The tree exists inside the triple black darkness of space. It never left the triple black darkness of space. It's just a projection. Hint, hint. It's just a projection. So Bina, Hokma, what's her name, and Tifrith and Malkuth and Yasad. You getting how y'all getting what I'm saying here? It never left outside. It can't leave outside of the triple black darkness of the Ain so far. It can't leave out of the negative existence. It has no existence outside of this. So yes, this system here is relative to use, right? While we're in this physical world. But ultimately, what's the ultimate truth? What's the ultimate truth back here? This is not what I'm making up. It's here. What's the ultimate truth? That pure potential energy, that pure darkness is everywhere. and everything exists within it. And it's only it. And it's not even an it. It's non-existence. Not because it doesn't exist, because I'm going too far. I'm going too far. It's for the next. It's for the next presentation. Y'all know. I'll make a big announcement and I'll promote it. So I want, because I want all y'all to show up. Prosperity over pain. Out of darkness comes light. That's it right there. That's some old. You've been put that in there. There we go. Out of darkness comes light. Out of darkness comes light. I for sure took it serious. Really, thank you. Now, come on, Zero. You know it's all good. It's all love. Just said that shit earlier. Would be boring if we was all on the same accord. There's many different paths. Try to unify what's never been broken is a fool's errand. I had to learn to transcend. Facts. That's how I learned to experience internal or eternal life. It's a balanced slash focus or state of awareness to be conscious of. It's so many distractions to easy. It's easy to forget. Facts. Facts. And let's get down here to the ones. God is okay. Y'all already read that. Zero said I love it. Am I missing something? Okay, no. All experiences are fractals of love, which is source itself. Facts. Everything. Everything's are a factor of that eternal bliss, that eternal love. Everything exists within it. So what does that mean? Everything is it. What you call evil, what you call bad, what you call great, what you call happy, what you call sad. Zero say the nothingness, yes. The great nothingness. And it's called the nothingness because it's no thing. It's not a thing. So either any way that we try to describe it, any characteristic that we give it with language and describing it, it's still not it. Crazy shit, ain't it? It can't be described in words. So what does that mean? These scientists that are trying to figure out all of this shit, they'll never reach it because all they care about is being able to quantify things, give things a number, give things a structure. It has no structure. That's why they call it chaos. I'm going too far, getting too deep, and I gotta say that shit. You gotta say that shit. So, all right, y'all. So be looking out for y'all emails. Your emails will be coming through with this study guide. And we'll see y'all again next Sunday, as always, Occult Sunday services. This has been a fire session. I appreciate y'all for always coming through, showing some motherfucking love, man. I love this shit. As always, no obstacles will apprehend you, prosper over pain. There is no obstacles. It's only an opportunity for you to prosper over pain. And it's not just because I said it. Yes, I've been thought about it and came up with that based off of paying attention to my reality. But we just read a person who a whole what's the name calls it an enlightened being. You see what I'm saying? I didn't come up with this shit. This is an enlightened man saying this shit. It's not just me. I just observed it by living my life and understanding through self-reflection and self-inquiry. I figured it out. So as always, stand on motherfucking principle. Stand on motherfucking purpose. And that's our standard operating procedure. Let's see what Don said. Know what's crazy? The ancient Americans referred to as Wakanda. Is that Wakanda or Wakanda? Send me something in my DM, Don, about that. So I can look that up. Because that may go into my presentation as well. But as always, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Hope y'all have a powerful, a blissful, and a whole bunch of breakthroughs, a whole bunch of love, a whole bunch of prosperity, not just in money, but just in the experiences that you have and people that you meet, conversations that you have, man. It's all love. Appreciate you, Zero, for always showing up. Appreciate you, Don, Hasaja, Trav, Luminary, everybody that showed up. I don't want to miss nobody. Sunshine Chick, being everybody showed up. I appreciate y'all for coming through, catching this on the replay. Get your ass into the description and get on that email list so you can keep updated with what we got coming next, y'all. Peace.